أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي أن نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد دانيال والسيدة مريم. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Always we start with women. Women first.
Thank you.
Who is Mariem?
Mariem is a German-educated lawyer with Syrian roots, being in the UAE for 7 years now, starting from a normal employment into going into self-sustained, independent, sharing a company with Daniel and providing legal advice to mostly German speakers interested in relocating to the UAE, living in the UAE, investing in the UAE. That's what we do on a daily basis.
Daniel, let us know about your profile.
Yes, I'm living in Dubai for 12 years already. First time I was in Dubai was 2007 and I wanted to move here immediately. And I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I've started as a regular agent here. I've been a real estate agent since 2012 in Dubai, and I've got self-employed in 2020 because I saw that there is a demand for European investors, especially from German-speaking country, which is my background. I'm German as well. And there was nobody really they can rely on in their own language, because the Germans have they have a couple of fears, and the fear is of like, who do I trust in the Middle East? I don't speak really English, so I need somebody I can talk to in my language, and this is what we are providing.
MashaAllah. Mr. Daniel, let us to know how the idea came to start the company.
How
the idea or
the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea came through experience in the real estate market. I've been 8 years as an employed agent, and I also got an award in 2018 as one of the most successful real estate agents here in Dubai. I've sold a lot of units. I've made myself a name. I've been very open, transparent, and honest in my real estate transactions. That gave me a good name within the market. And in 2020, I've decided to go solo just before COVID. Funny enough, I've decided to go solo in January 2020, and because I saw the demand for a German-speaking company, because the environment there was very different. They had low interest rates. They had a huge financial access through banks in the local real estate market, and the euro is still declining. So we are having a diversification business in order to offer euro diversification in the US dollar through the dirham.
And what you are providing, Mariem, as a legal consultant?
Well, we are providing advice to the people that want to invest. We are very outspoken about inheritance and drafting wills, whatever is related to visa, incorporating a company, applying for a license, general legal advice. And also taxation is a big point that we tackle, especially the connection between Germany and the UAE. Also now we have UAE corporate tax coming in place.
Right.
So this is also something that we advise on.
And how you help the people, as we can say, to come to invest from Germany?
Well, the investment pushing part comes from the real estate side, to be honest. But once the people experience how easy it is to invest, that the ROI is very interesting, that it's a very safe space to invest, people want to do more. So they want to apply for a visa, they want to have a bank account here, they want to substantiate more in the country, and this is where we support them.
Mr. Daniel, if I tell you there is a big challenge in United Arab Emirates for real estate, actually, more than 10,000 of real estate companies, more than 18,000 of agents. It is not easy to have a strong name in the market.
Yes.
How you build that so fast?
By not going where the crowd goes. For example, we don't have listings on the big platforms, on the independent platforms. We don't work with the regular developers, the big ones, the big names. We don't work with them at all. We are focusing on small niche investors. We have small niche investments. We have one development company that we are the sole real estate agency for. So we have a building exclusively that we help to design, we brand them, and afterwards Mariem comes into play when we build the development. We'll manage all the units for all the German investors because, for example, now we launch a building next month. It's 255 units, and we already have 400 people in the waiting line for units. So all of them are from Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and all of them will be managed by me and Mariem in the property management, and so they can get their ROI safely without the bank account in the UAE. We'll manage the tenants, we help to move in, and I'm trying to disrupt the market and focusing solely on the tenant here locally. For example, the developer that we're working with, nobody really knows. And because we want to have a standing with the tenants, because when I get a line of tenants that is happy to pay a good rent in time, my investors are happy. Right. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. For tenants, because I saw with all the agencies, with all the agents, I saw there's always a pattern. Every time there's buildings are hyped, but then when they are built, nobody really takes care of it anymore, and that's why the rent is surely declining after 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It's getting less and less. And I wanted to change that. And I saw, why is nobody breaking this pattern? And I had the opportunity to break it, and now I'm just on my way.
That's good for the area, really.
Thank you.
Mariem, if I ask you how you see the real estate market in United Arab Emirates as a legal consultant?
It's a very interesting part of the economy, to be honest. I think there's a small amount of countries in the world where it's so present for everyone to be invested in real estate, to have real estate, to deal in real estate. I think the market itself is not as volatile as in very other parts of the world. We are very good rated in the bubble index and these kind of things. Of course, the more people come and the more people invest, the more volatile it will get, but still we're very stable. We are not into this financing bubble and all of these things, what gives the people a lot of security if you explain it right to them. The more buildings we have, the more agents come. Sometimes they lack a little bit of education, to be honest, because everyone jumps just on the opportunity to sell something. But we see these cycles, right? Who has been here in this country for a longer time than 6 months knows that we always have the wave of people coming, jumping on the opportunity, but then also leaving because they can't sustain in a still very competitive market.
But Dubai is the New York in 20 years. Everybody, all the kids now, they are dreaming to come to Dubai. When I was a kid, I was dreaming to go to New York. Right. So Dubai in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years will be the New York City for the next generation. Everybody wants its opportunity. It's a melting pot of cultures, of people. It's a safe space, which New York never was, but that's an additional value that has Dubai. So in my opinion, the real estate market is still highly undervalued.
If I ask you, Mariem, about the market or the law of the market in United Arab Emirates, what the difference you see between Europe and the Gulf, we can say, not UAE? Well,
to be honest, after 2008, when the escrow law was implemented, there was a big step, and it reassures the people a lot of security that they're paying into an allocated escrow account for every project that they invest in. Mm-hmm. So I think this gives them a lot of security. I had a client in this morning who was like, everything was just so easy to buy. Like, did I do everything correctly? Because they're very surprised, and if the process is streamlined, how easy they can acquire a property. Right. So that's actually a very good advantage if you have a good property to invest in. In general, I think with all of the digitalization and everything that's coming in place with being paperless, of course there's still processes and things that have to be kept, but once you know what you do, it's actually very streamlined and much quicker and much faster as we know it from other places, especially Germany, to be honest.
Mr. Daniel, you started on 2020, the company, right?
Yes.
It was after COVID-19.
No, before even, January 2020.
It was not risk, or how it was when you started?
No, it was a lot of risk, but I like risk. The city, because the whole city functions on taking risks and being bold and moving a step forward into the dark even, and then you have to turn on the light, and you have to, and that's what I did. And COVID was the UAE was the country that has that profited most from this situation because they also did the most out of the situation. The whole country was vaccinated in no time. After 3 to 6 months, it was like it was over for us. So the way the government has tackled this COVID situation, there is no comparison in the world. Even in Europe, they were struggling for 1.5, 2 years with this disease. Here they managed it extremely well, and that gave a lot of my investors from Europe also confidence to consider the UAE market. And I don't think even we can count the people that moved since COVID.
Yes, like COVID for us was a breaking point in people understanding what Dubai is, because it was the only country that was open. So people were like, okay, where can I go? I'm in lockdown in my home country. Let's go to Dubai because the Emirates is operating, airport is open, I can get in. And then they first time saw the beauty of how the culture works, what a bustling city it is, and how much better it is actually than home. And we had a huge amount of people that relocated during COVID or shortly after COVID. And that also told the rest of the people they know, like, guys, I'm moving now to Dubai. So see you maybe when you come visit. And this, it like kicked off a huge like word of mouth for everyone to understand what Dubai is, where it's the place to be. And we have still people talking about this, saying, well, we saw in COVID how well it was handled, that Europe didn't do as well as they always tell us they do. And we packed our bag and understood, okay, this is now a government, this is a strategy that we feel, and this hands-on mentality, we hear this very often, a hands-on mentality in just doing things and not overthinking things, is something that a lot of people appreciate.
If I ask you, Daniel, to build the trust in United Arab Emirates for the buyers or for the investors, it is not easy because we have a big challenge on the markets. We have a big demand also. How you build your name and trust it with the, we can say, the investors who came to buy properties? From if we see the social media, many wrong advertisements, and we need to give the right advertise for the people, but we need them to trust and to come.
Yes, we are building trust through showing our expertise, but not in just showing some graphics and explaining, by actually real life experience that we can share from 10 years ago, from 8 years ago, from 6 years ago. So there we have a lot of real life experience, how the market has moved, which developers, which areas, which whatever need the investor or the person who wants to relocate actually has. And this is, in my opinion, our biggest advantage, that we are here much longer than most of the foreigners that sharing the market with us maybe. So obviously being here, having a great network of individuals that can give us a shortcut in many ways, or that can explain the process much quicker. That is our way to build the trust for our customers. And
if I ask you about AI, it's help you?
Artificial intelligence, we're using some tools.
We actually got a new AI program that we're participating from Abu Dhabi government that is specifically done for the legal field. We started testing it 2 weeks ago. So it's very interesting that the government is like, okay, it's a specific field, but we want people to, also help us develop this kind of AI. For us, it's very helpful, to be honest. Not in setting up things, but in reviewing things, making things easier. Also, we produce a lot of content for people. So of course, a shortcut for us is using AI and just putting it together in a comprehensive way for people to see the PDF materials that we produce. We share a lot of booklets and in general information. So for that, AI is very helpful.
Or also we have now, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we have a handover of a building. We invited 350 investors here, shaking hands, spending the evening with them, give them the key to their apartment. 2 weeks later, Mariem and I and half of the team will travel to Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and we make different stops in different cities, and we're selling tickets to meet us, to discuss Dubai real estate market, to discuss opening a company or getting a golden visa in Dubai. And we have already 2,000 people confirmed for this tour, which is 1 week. And so this builds trust. You know, if they can come and see you, shake your hand, look you in the eye, and ask you questions,
Right.
this builds a lot of trust.
What are the difficulties you see in the market, Mariem, from a legal way, as a lawyer?
As a lawyer, well, we are competing with a lot of agencies, to be honest, that are offering services that they are not well trained in.
That we was talking about.
So, me as a lawyer who we received a lot of training, and I'm here for enough time to have had a lot of cases, you know, to have experience itself. So I would love to have regulations in place for not everyone to be able to open corporate services and stuff who's not trained for it. Because very often, unfortunately, it leads to people getting wrong advice and then they come back to us and we have to fix things. And fixing things is always more difficult than doing them right in the first place. So that would be something that I would wish for. I think with, you know, seeing these kind of AI programs that are coming into place, it feels like the UAE are planning a revolutionizing thing with the court system itself also. So let's see how this is going to develop. I think in general what people have to understand that come from different countries to the UAE, it's not the home country that they are still in. And there's different regulations in place and there's different processes and they just have to accustom with these processes and they have to get used to not being at home anymore. This is very often a challenge that people face also in the legal, because they're like, yeah, but at home it's like this. It's like, guys, you're not at home anymore. So this is what people often have to understand, that it's a different country, it's a different culture also they are in, and that they have to handle this accordingly.
Let us to know about the future plan. What's the next 5 years? Where we will see?
Our plan?
Yes. Your company vision.
50 employees by end of this year. We have 3 more buildings in the pipeline till 2027 to be like they are now under construction. We have 3 more buildings in planning. We already acquired the land with our partners. And obviously the legal part will be getting more and more important as more and more people setting up their life. You know, they have 1 foot in Dubai, 1 foot in Europe. And they now realize after 2-3 years, maybe I take the other foot also to Dubai, because the world does not get a safer place, and Dubai is a very, very safe haven. And this is our plan is to be grounded and hardworking and honest with our clients and doing what is right for our clients, and we'll take it year by year. To be honest, if you would have told me 5 years ago what we do now, I wouldn't believe it. So that's why I take it year by year.
But you are doing good.
Inshallah, yeah.
Inshallah. Miss Mariem, did you are a specialist in some area or?
My specialty is Dubai, to be honest. Like on the day of me being admitted to the law association, I got into the plane and I left for Dubai. So my specialty towards a German is how does Dubai work, or not only Dubai, the UAE in general. So navigating people from outside through the UAE landscape, this is literally my specialty, and that's what I've been doing since my whole career.
We can see the company out of United Arab Emirates, maybe in other GCC countries?
Not for now. I don't even touch Abu Dhabi or Ras Al Khaimah because I want to be known for the expert of Dubai. And Dubai is still in its early stages, in my opinion. There's still so much more to do here, and I know it from myself. If I acquire real estate, I want to speak from somebody who is there, who lives there, who is an expert in there, and that's why my focus is on Dubai. I love Dubai, and I can only sell what I love. I don't love Ras Al Khaimah. I don't love Abu Dhabi. So my love is for
not
Dubai.
as much.
Not as much. Not from a business perspective. I love to chill there by the beach.
Yeah.
This is my relaxing part. Dubai is working.
And if I ask you, Mariem, about the next plan for, we can say the business, where you see to add or in artificial intelligence, I mean.
Well, we are working on also being able to provide bookkeeping and accounting for our clients, because we see that.
Mortaja,
Sorry?
Mortaja? You can help them like in a bank details?
No, not mortgaging, but like when they set up a company with us, for example, that we are able to help them with their, accounting, bookkeeping in terms of what they have to file to the FTA, like in general, to be able to be a one-stop shop solution, as we like to say here, to whatever they need in terms of their business, in terms of their numbers, in terms of any authority they have to deal with at the end of the day, that they can come to us. We're still lacking a person that understands UAE and Germany from a bookkeeping and accounting point of view, because it's very hard. Accountants are a funny group of people, so it's very hard to find someone that is willing also to cope with us, because we are not a very classic German enterprise, to be honest.
What's your advice for the new investors who are planning to come to visit UAE?
Well, to check out the markets and the statistics, because I think also if we look at the big developers, they are pricing the next 3 years into the off plan already in, which is my opinion. So be careful where to invest right now. Better maybe looking into ready or almost ready, close to handover developments. And there is a lot of new areas like Expo, for example, which is still highly undervalued. And like, don't just focus on the big names with the biggest marketing budget, but look also under the radar. There's a lot of opportunities.
You want to add something?
Dubai is a great place to be, but be prepared. It's a very fast-paced environment, and it's not for someone being slow. So also the people think we go to the beach 24/7 and just can grab the money from the street. We are working way more than European people. So who wants to come here has to understand they really need to contribute and to work actually here. It's not as easy as social media very often shows. We love social media, it's great, but you have to be realistic at a lot of things, and it's a great place to live, but not with just being lazy and doing nothing.
Mr. Daniel, can we know who's your backbone, who's your supporter, and what message you have to give for them?
It's definitely my wife. She's also here in the office, and she's also my business partner. We opened the company, just me and her, back in 2020. And obviously my office wife, Miss Mariem, she's my greatest advisor. And always, because I'm very, let's do it, let's go, yeah. And she's like, but be careful, this and this and this. So she's my best second opinion that I can get. And for everybody who is interested in starting in Dubai, it's always good to have a backbone. It's always good to have a second and third opinion that is maybe a little bit more critical, because sometimes it helps to protect for yourself.
For sure, my husband. I also have to say my family at home. Both my parents are entrepreneurs, so there's a lot of things that I could also learn from them, and just sometimes also you will push through helps a lot. And of course also my work husband. It's much better to not be alone at the top.
You always tell me I'm like your daddy.
Yeah, it's true. Well, not from a behavioral point of view, but from a personality point of view. As I said, he's an entrepreneur as well. So you always search for things that you know. So I think I saw a lot of his personality in Daniel. That's why we work together very well.
We say always thanks to Allah, Alhamdulillah, for what He gave us in this country, from safety and security, from our visionary leaders, more than 213 nationalities, 156 languages. We support each other, we live together, and also our leaders, they support all the sections from like healthcare or education or the future. They just tell the people, come, live, you are in peaceful country. What's your message from you, Mr. Daniel? And we will end with Mariem.
From my side, there is no place like the UAE. There is no, if you're looking for opportunity, if you're looking for an open-minded, ultra-liberal society, you find it here. If you're looking for safety, there is no place in the world. People ask me, what do you want to do? When do you want to retire? I said, I'm traveling the whole world to find a better place than the UAE, but I can't find it yet.
I think we're very grateful for everything that is provided to us, the environment, how the country is put up together strategy-wise, and it's a great place to be for everyone to come who is able to fit in and to feel also what the UAE is planning, where the UAE is heading, because I think future is a big, big topic, and everyone we left our home countries to become ambassadors for a country we were not born in. And I think this is a very uncommon thing for most people, and a lot of people don't understand our love for a country that's actually
people
not.
People ask us, are you getting paid? Like, no.
Yeah, so I think this is something that when you feel the UAE in your heart, it has, yes.
Especially coming from a democratic environment, and they're like, how can you not live in a not democratic state? Because it's better.
Yeah.
You know, like we have great leaders, we have great people in the government, and they do what's right for our people in the country. So what is there not to support?
Thank you very much. My best wishes for you and all the best.
Thank you.
دفوتها لها غير وترحبهم